Hello and welcome to Cassidy's Console, the gaming podcast hosted and directed by a girl. I'm your host, Cassidy, also known as Faye in the gaming community. Thank you for logging in with us today as we discuss a relatively newer game that is taking over the PC gaming charts. Valorant. What better way to discuss this FPS game than none other than the rising Valorant-based team, Alliance. Alliance hasn't been around very long, but their killer skills in the game, with their strong bond and friendship, make up for their lack of years on record. So sit back, let it load, and press A to start. Today I'm here with 3 members from Team Alliance, which is one of my personal favorites in the smaller team league. I just want to take a second real quick and thank you guys again for joining me on my podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's a pleasure.
Alright, first things first, we are just going to go around the table and go ahead and introduce yourselves by whatever name you prefer to go by. Either real names or gamer names are good, as well as a little bit about yourselves.
Alright, I guess I'll take this one. You can call me a Vodka. Since I'm 14 years old, I am not an alcoholic. I don't think I will be. I guess I can start by talking about my little gaming career and how it started. Started back in 2017-ish. My brother got me into a game called CS:GO, which is sort of like Valorant. I mean, it basically is, but that's another story. And of course, I just followed in his footsteps mostly for that, and well, that led me to today.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. I'm Jess, but you can call me that or Sick, whichever you prefer. I started playing Valorant when it was about, actually, 1 year ago exactly. My ex got me hooked onto the game, and I thought it was pretty fun, but I was pretty bad at it at first, so I've spent the entire year just basically trying to build up skill, and I've really enjoyed the game so far, and I still haven't gotten bored of it, and I've spent so much money on it, so hopefully I won't get bored of it.
Oh yeah, I totally get that with all the skins and everything that the game has to offer.
It's expensive skins.
Very expensive. Well, hello, I'm Evan. You can call me Cactus or Pancakes, whatever's easier. But I started playing Valorant this past summer. And I've been playing with all my friends. I've been playing with Alliance. It's just been a random pastime that's been really fun for me. And it is my first FPS, so it's really funny having moments where I do really stupid stuff. It makes for a lot of fun times.
Oh yes, I totally get that.
Oh my.
I am one to miss the head tap, so I understand it.
One time.
So, to start off, can you guys tell me about the Riot game Valorant?
Yeah, Valorant is a 5v5 first-person shooter. It, like Vodka said, sorry.
Don't matter.
It is like CS:GO, and what essentially it is one team is trying to defend the site, while another team is trying to plant their bomb and basically wait until the timer runs. Obviously, you can win by eliminating the other team before any of that happens, but what makes Valorant special is that you can play it with anyone, and you can have different agents which have different abilities. So you might be able to blind someone, you might be able to heal off of someone, you might be able to build walls to help protect yourself. And there's so many different guns, so many different play styles, and it's what makes it really special.
Cool, so it's basically taking things that normal humans would use, like grenades and stuff like that, but making it almost into superpowers.
Yeah, it gives it a really magical aspect to it.
Does that make it harder to play the game, or do you think it's actually more beneficial?
I don't know. I can tackle this part, I guess. I guess it depends on what your play style is, I guess. I mean, if it makes it more set in stone, because you get to choose, because there's certain agents, they call them, for each character, and they do different things. You can just get used to that one character, and you're good. And I think that makes it easier, and so to say. And of course, you can split off from that.
So.
No, yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. So why do you guys like playing the game? Like, what is the draw factor to it?
Ooh, okay, let's see. That's a no. Honestly, I really have no clue to answer that. I mean, really, it just calls back to my brother. Really, it's just the genes in the family. Even my father liked games like these. So I don't know, it just runs in the family. I just like those type of tactical strategy type games already.
So for you, Vodka, you said you came from a CS:GO background. So what makes you want to play Valorant more than playing CS:GO?
Well, it's just a fresh, idea in my head because CS:GO has been out forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like up to my brother who's 21 now. He played this game in CS:GO back in when he was in middle school. It's just when Valorant came out, it was called Project A at the time. It was a fresh, cool idea. I'm like, oh, this is so sweet. Might as well hop on it, and I did have fun until this day.
Cool. Thank you so much. So, what does Valorant have that you think sets it apart from other FPS team games? Like, I know we talked a little bit about it with CS:GO, but like as a whole, is it the fact that you're given abilities per se? I know in the game that you have to buy the abilities, kind of like how in other FPS games you have to buy blinds and grenades and health packs and stuff like that. So what really makes Valorant so much different than other games? Like, why couldn't I just play CS:GO and be content?
I honestly kind of feel like it's new in a sense. Like with CS:GO and a lot of other games, I feel like it's outdated. The community is a lot weirder, per se.
No, I get what you mean. I was gonna emphasize on that.
And I feel like the abilities do bring something new to what is a really similar game, and I feel like it opens a lot of ways to play for people that maybe don't want to play the same way. Maybe someone doesn't want to do the slow checking angles and just trying to play really try hard in the game. Some people want to play more laid back, want to just chillax and have fun with their friends.
Mm-hmm. And do you think that can be achieved because of how many different game modes there are to Valorant? Like I'm saying, for the laid back people, maybe they prefer like a spike rush because it goes by quicker, or maybe something as simple as like a death match because it's a free for all and there's really no pressure in change in rank or anything like that.
Yeah, that doesn't have to be the pressure of something you're competing for. It can be just something you do with your friends.
Okay, so just like with most things in life, there's always the good to weigh with the bad. How do you deal with the negative people who play with or against you in Valorant? Is it still worth it? Like, I know for Jess and I, who are girls, we tend to get criticized or stereotyped when playing any form of a video game. So how do you guys manage to stay confident and collected when trying to fit into the standards of these people who are almost toxic, or they try to kind of overpower you? They kind of try to bully. How do you deal with the bullies in Valorant?
Easy.
I was gonna say, just got this one
wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there is no point in having a man, no offense, love you to, but talk down to you when they typically are always doing worse. So either okay, I'll admit I do snap back at them, but it's all
rightfully so. Yeah,
technically they started it, so I wouldn't say that it's unjustified. But no, and sometimes I feel like it does get disheartening hearing that, especially if you're having like a bad day. You're not particularly confident in your skills. But I think it's the fact that, I don't know, I feel like they're more insecure or something, or they're also having an issue. But if you just prove them wrong and stay above the leaderboard in them, or just ignore them or mute them, because there's also an option in the game where you're able to just turn off their volume altogether, then I feel like that clears your mind a little bit more.
As a team, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, as a team, because you guys queue together very often, say one of you guys is getting almost bullied or getting these more or less hate comments, do you stand up for each other? Do you, like, how do you support each other through that?
Cool. I have a really good story, actually.
We
were playing with one of our friends that doesn't really play as much anymore, but it was me, it was Jess, one of our other friends I was playing at the time, and we were in this game, and I don't exactly remember what happened. I don't remember what I did, but I might have like whiffed a shot, missed something. But this one guy started going off on me and started calling me an Osler. He started saying a bunch of random things, mocking me when I tried saying something back. And I immediately just started talking. She started saying stuff back, mentioning how the guy was doing like remotely not even good as me. And the one friend that at the time wasn't playing, he got on one of our friends' that account and started yelling at him, proving him absolutely wrong. It was one of the most funniest outcomes of a toxic person, and I really appreciate it.
So basically, you're turning the negative into something positive, that you're trying to find the humor out of all of it.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
if you have a team that does that for you, it makes it so much. You realize how pointless those criticisms are and how little they can mean, because they're just trying to bring you down for no reason. Even though there's people that will support you if you're in the same voice call with them.
They're walking clowns.
Yeah, literally.
Actually.
I really like your guys' outlook on that. That's really good to hear, especially for our younger listeners who have to deal with that so often. They don't, especially when they're new to the game and they're just learning how to play, and it's not fair for them to get so criticized when they're like, okay, I don't even know how to defuse a bomb. Like, they don't even know what button it is. You're like, four. Like, they just don't know. So
Yeah.
I really appreciate you guys mentioning how you're turning it into a positive light. Moving right along, gaming is mostly associated, wow, I said that horribly, associated with the younger audience such as ourselves. However, even though we love it, most parents hate it. Like, according to a new U.S. survey by the University of Michigan C.S. Mott Children's Hospital, that's a mouthful, almost 9 in 10 parents of teenagers believe their children spend too much time playing video games. Usually when parents say that it's spending too much time playing video games, they say it's rotting your brain or it's a complete waste of time. Personally, I don't know about you guys, but I disagree. Do you think that video games are rotting our brains?
Not at all. I literally did a research speech on this topic, and
Take it away.
the whole rotting the brains thing is overall not true. I mean, you can get not stressed out from it, but you
Like
can
distracted?
it can be a problem, but as long as you, what's the word? Like,
Overcome it or manage it?
yeah, like just don't play all day, all night. It'd be perfectly fine.
Like a moderation thing.
Yeah, like it works as a stress reliever, especially when some people like come home and they want to just get online with their friends. It works as a stress reliever. It can also increase the serotonin that is produced in your brain, and it actually helps a lot with hand and eye coordination. And especially with Valorant, since it's a 5-on-5, you can make friends, and it actually helps develop like team bonding skills and social skills with a lot of kids.
Sweet.
Very true. I've actually heard from some sources that you guys have actually met some people via Valorant and you've added them to your server for Alliance, which I think is actually really cool. It's just so interesting how like one game, like one match can actually bring such a friendship between people, like someone you never would have met because you live in 2 different states or even 2 different countries. So I just think it's a great way to like connect the community, really, you know?
Of course. Totally agree upon that. You can really meet a lot of people throughout your games, either good or bad, you know? It's a gamble, but
So many crazy people out there, but sometimes even those bad people can bring like something really funny.
yeah, there's a bright side to everything, I assume.
All right, so lastly, to new and incoming players to the game, or even new gamers in general, what tips or tricks would you tell them?
Ooh, I don't know. Try to, gather your friends to play it. Because it'll be a nice bonding. You know, everyone, approves at the same time sort of deal. If they are all new, of course. That'll be fun. I'm sure.
I agree with that. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna agree with him because I feel like it was the same way with me. When I started playing Valorant, I started playing with my friend that wanted me to play it, and I was like, okay, I'll try it. And I feel like it was a lot easier starting to get a basic idea of what I was doing because I feel like I skipped the phase of that frustration. Because with anything new, if you're getting it wrong, it's frustrating. That's upsetting.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That is correct.
What did you say, Jess?
That's correct. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, thank you, Alliance, for joining me once again in this podcast. I look forward to watching your team move up in the ranks. Also, if you would like to support Alliance, they will be creating a Twitch for all their Valorant-themed content. As soon as the Twitch goes live, I will link their Twitch account in the description of this podcast. If you enjoyed this episode of the podcast, please leave a rate and consider subscribing for more gaming content. You can also support us through our Patreon, as well as just sharing the podcast with your gaming friends. Scope in next time for the interview with the future ranked CSGO team, Less Than One Head. I'm your host, Cassidy, logging off for today, so good night, good morning, goodbye, and keep gaming in the meantime. Bye!
Goodbye!
Bye.
Bye.